The heavily anticipated game between league-leading St. Lawrence and Union College Saturday was overshadowed by sudden, unexpected news just 4 days before kickoff. Union junior quarterback Drew Connolly's father, Drew Connolly, died suddenly at the age of 48. With funeral services scheduled for Saturday, Connolly would be with his family in Foxborough, Massachusetts, while his football family remembered Mr. Connolly in Schenectady before kickoff. Getting the start for Union at quarterback would be former high school quarterback Connor Gallo. The Union offense would start well in the game, driving 66 yards in 9 plays to the Saints' 12-yard line before this play, called by Union's Frank Rossi and Alex Audino on WABY-AM.
It's Jimmer Bennett and Justin Gallo to the right side, but instead it's going to be Coney running through for the touchdown! Union College! An 11-yard run by Chris Coney. He handed off for him to go straight down the left side. That gives Union a 6-0 lead with 4:03 left in the first quarter, in the point pending.
The extra point would make the score 7-0 Union with 4 minutes left in the first quarter and mark the first time this season Union scored first in a game. After forcing a punt by the Saints, the Dutchmen offense took the ball deep in their own territory before a mistake turned things around quickly, as called by St. Lawrence's Chris Engel on WPDM-AM, Potsdam, New York.
Coney, the deep back, man halfback position to the right. Gallo goes under center. And they're going to go back to the left side, and Coney looks to turn the corner and will be dropped after lots to do. Loose ball on the ground. It's picked up by Christian Bianchi and recovers and scores the touchdown. Christian Bianchi recovers the fumble and scores here for St. Lawrence, and they're 1 point after try away from tying this one up.
The score would be tied 7-7 at the end of the first quarter. In true Chris Coney form, though, he made up for that mistake after Union drove to the Saints' 43 in the ensuing drive.
Pitch back to Coney, who will get the first down, and then some to the 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Union College! Chris Coney's second touchdown of the afternoon for 43 yards out. Gives Union the 13-7 lead with the point pending at 13:43 left. First half.
Nice, and Coney came out, he's showing his speed in the open field there. He burst through the line like a madman.
The extra point by Blazin Conant would conclude the scoring in the first half, making the halftime score 14-7 Union. St. Lawrence came out of the halftime break and established his offense right from the start in a 12-play drive that concluded at the Union 17. From there, Matthew Dodge kicked a 34-yard field goal, making the Union lead shrink to 14-10 with 8 minutes left in the third quarter. Union could not establish any momentum, allowing the Saints more opportunities on offense. After driving to the Union 1, Marcus Washington would power his way into the end zone.
Marcus, the deep back. Carney goes under center. Pickerel in front of him. And they're going to go to Washington. Right side, he is in for the touchdown. And St. Lawrence takes their first lead of the game.
With 2:25 left in the third, the score would be 17-14 St. Lawrence. Union tried to respond in the third to fourth quarter carryover drive, but this play call would thwart the team's chances at midfield.
He's in shotgun here on a 4th and 1, making it tougher to get the first down. Coney next to him. Coney will take the ball. They'll be stopped. Why go to shotgun on 4th and 1? St. Lawrence ball.
That's a real questionable play call there, lining him up a couple yards back and then having Coney cross instead of just coming straight up the gut, and very unusual play call.
St. Lawrence would make Union pay for this mistake as the Saints deliberately marched down Union territory before taking a gamble on 3rd and goal from the 9, 11 plays into the nearly 6-minute-long drive.
Wildcat formation. Sutton is the quarterback now. He's going to roll out towards his right. He's going to throw it to the end zone. Back in the end zone. Touchdown, St. Lawrence! It's going to be Demetrius Haziotis. Sutton to Haziotis, and St. Lawrence takes a 23-14 lead.
The extra point would be missed, but Union would be unable to answer after Gallo threw 2 late interceptions in the Saints' 23-14 win over Union. It would mark the Saints' first win against Union since 1995. Chris Coney led the Dutchmen on the ground with 97 yards and 2 touchdowns, but he sustained a second-half injury that limited his use in the game. Fullback Kyle Holmes and defensive back J.P. Sticko would also be unable to complete the game due to injuries to each of them. Connor Gallo's first collegiate start as quarterback was not a statistical disaster as he completed 10 of his 25 passes for 128 yards. His 3 interceptions all came in end-of-half desperation scenarios. Defensively for the Dutchmen, Steve Modulewski had 11 tackles, including 2 for losses. For St. Lawrence, Marcus Washington crossed the century mark with 109 yards and a touchdown on the ground. J.P. Carney completed 10 of his 17 passes for 146 yards and no interceptions. The defense combined for 5 tackles for losses, including 2 sacks on the day. While the Saints still have an overall losing record at 3-4, the team leads the league with a 3-0 record before hosting RPI next Saturday. The Dutchmen, who fall to 2-3 overall and 2-2 in the league, host ACFC foe the Salisbury Seagulls Saturday at Frank Bailey Field.